Ford Australian Open. Proudly brought to you by Ford, Coca-Cola, McDonald's and Kraft.
Hello, good to have you with us again. Day 10 of the 1991 Ford Australian Open Championships, and if it produces anywhere near the shocks of Day 9, then we're in for some drama on centre court and elsewhere here today. Yesterday in the women's singles quarterfinals, we lost the number 1 and number 3 seeds. Mary Jo Fernandez defeated Katerina Maleva in straight sets 3 and 2. Jana Novotná eliminated the defending champion Steffi Graf in a thriller 5-7, 6-4, 8-6. Monica Seles accounted for Anke Huber in straight sets 6-3, 6-1. And then last night in our telecast, we saw Arantxa Sanchez Vicario eliminate Gabriela Sabatini quite easily, 6-1, 6-3, and then in a men's doubles quarterfinal thriller, Todd Woodbridge and Mark Woodford defeated fellow Aussies Wally Mercer and Jason Stoltenberg 7-6, 3-6, 6-3, 6-1. So we get to men's quarterfinals on centre court and elsewhere here today, and this is the lineup in store for you. First up, Stefan Edberg against Jaime Yzaga of Peru. Ivan Lendl plays Yugoslavia's Goran Pripic. Then we have women's doubles quarterfinals, Larissa Savchenko, Natalia Zvereva against Jill Hetherington and Kathy Rinaldi. And of course, play continues here tonight with the quarterfinal between Guy Forget and Boris Becker, and mixed doubles, Kelly Everton and Rachel McQuillan against John Fitzgerald and Elizabeth Smiley. And of course, there is one other men's quarterfinal which will be played on an outside court. Well, the day didn't dawn, in fact, here in Melbourne today. At 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, it was still very dark and gloomy here. We had one enormous storm early this morning. Michael Roberts, it was a beauty.
From one extreme to the other, from the heat of the past week to thunderstorms, and it didn't rain this morning. It absolutely poured. We had flooding, we had thunderstorms, heaps of rain. People couldn't get to work. It was absolutely chaotic. Traffic jams everywhere. They couldn't even get to the tennis. I was stuck in a traffic jam, and as we can see from the pictures on the screen at the moment, a huge thunderstorm came over Melbourne, and it was chaotic for the people early this morning. But as you can see, it started to clear, and it is clear outside. We have the roof shut at the moment because we really have to get on with play, and it's ideal. But humid with showers and thunderstorms are expected today with moderate northeasterly winds, the expected top 27, the current temperature 23, and the relative humidity 78%. I'm inside with the roof on. John Brady's outside without a roof on court 1.
Yes, well, it might belie the picture if you look up there at the moment. We've got a blue sky, but organisers have been very closely in contact with the Weather Bureau, and unfortunately the picture's not good. They're expecting much more rain this afternoon, possibly to last right through till tomorrow afternoon. Because of that, they've been frantically trying to click court 1 dry. Then they're going to cover it in the hope that if they get a break in play, they'll be able to start play straight away. The reason for all the concern, Patrick McEnroe and Cristiano Cariati. Now, that match is the last of the men's quarterfinals. Patrick McEnroe is also tied up in the doubles. Now, he can't get into a situation tomorrow of having to play 2 5-setters, this quarterfinal and a men's doubles quarterfinal. If necessary, they'll move it through to a match inside whenever they can fit it, if necessary late tonight. But in the meantime, they're hoping they can get back onto court 1.
Thank you very much to John Brady, and good morning, Alan Stone.
Morning, Gary.
Men's quarterfinals, what a great day at any major championship, particularly a Grand Slam tournament, and particularly here in Melbourne. What about the first one up on centre court?
Well, I think Stefan Edberg, he's my tip for the title, so obviously I'm expecting to win, but he's got a pretty tough match against Jaime Yzaga, whose ground strokes are just sensational, but I expect the net play of Edberg to prevail.
What about Ivan Lendl and Goran Pripic?
Well, Ivan Lendl was very impressive the other night in his match against Aaron Krickstein, so I think he'll just be too strong all around for Pripic today. Briefly,
that outside court match between McEnroe and his opponent, Cariati.
Well, McEnroe, we don't know too much about either of these players, having seen them on centre court, but Patrick McEnroe has won a Grand Slam. He's won the French doubles, so I think he's had better results.
And tonight, Forget versus Becker?
Well, things are working out for Becker. He escaped a lucky match the other day. He hasn't had to play in the heat, so I'm going for Becker.
Men's quarterfinals, the first of them after this break. Stefan Edberg against Jaime Yzaga. They've both had to play 4 matches to get this far in the tournament. They've both had to play one 5-setter. Let's see just how they did get here. Stefan Edberg in the opening round defeated Dmitry Polyakov of the Soviet Union, 3 sets. Then Eduardo Masso, also in 3 sets. Third round, he defeated Pat Cash, a tougher match in 3, and then Jim Courier took him to 5 sets before Edberg was successful and reached this stage of the title. Jaime Yzaga, as I said, he defeated Daniel Vacek of Czechoslovakia 3 sets, then Michael Sharpers from the Netherlands, also in 3. His third round match, 4 sets over Jimmy Arias of the United States, but in a real thriller, eliminated Mats Wilander in 5 sets. And as you said, Alan Stone, this is shaping up to be a good showdown, because he did do very well against Wilander, but I don't think Edberg's going to stay back the way Mats did.
No, that was purely a beautiful ground stroking match with Yzaga's backhand, just a delight to watch. But I think we'll see Stefan Edberg trying to get to the net. The worry watching Edberg this tournament, his serve seems to have lost a little bit of its zip, and he's had quite a few returns hit at his feet. And I think for him to actually go on and win the tournament, have to recapture some of his serving prowess.
Back problem or something, do you think?
Well, I think he's throwing the ball just a little bit differently than he used to, maybe to protect the back and the stomach.
Our craft-free profiles looking firstly at Stefan Edberg, and as you can see, ranked number 1, seeded number 1, former Junior Grand Slam winner, took over the world number 1 ranking in August 1990 after winning in Cincinnati, because Lendl had held the title for the previous however many weeks. He consolidated that position with his second Wimbledon title, beating Boris Becker 6-4 in the 5th. Of course, those two played the last 3 Wimbledons, Edberg winning it twice. He's twice won the Australian Open on grass at Kooyong, was the finalist here last year to Ivan Lendl, forced to retire, you'll remember, at the end of the 3rd set with injury.
His opponent today in the first of our quarterfinals, Yzaga from Peru, 23. He's ranked 86, but that'll certainly improve after this tournament. He's only won 4 Grand Slam singles titles in his career compared to the 27, but he has never played in the Australian Open before, so to get through to this quarter-final stage is a tremendous performance. We see his semi-final performances in a few of the events, and he has reached the round of 16 previously in the US Open. So he's got the game to give Edberg a match, but we'll wait and see what happens.
Stefan Edberg has won the toss. He will receive in this opening game, and the umpire for this men's quarter-final match is Sultan Ghani.
Two minutes, gentlemen. 1 minute, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Stefan Edberg, on my left, won the toss, elected to receive.
Stefan Edberg is on court, just having a last few practice serves, limbering up, waiting his opponent, Jaime Yzaga from Peru. Roof closed. The weather outside improving quite dramatically at this stage, so hopefully they'll be able to get the weather outside fairly short-handed fall behind the stage of the tournament.
Time. Take your seats quickly, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Balls to my right.
I must say I was very impressed with Jaime Yzaga when I was sitting courtside in his match.
Yzaga to serve. First set.
Play all the shots, really.
Play.
Probably slight weakness in the serve.
$15 love. $30 love.
Well, it's Edberg that gets the out ball, and he's certain on the baseline. You might have seen him show his arms up in the middle of the rally.
$30-15. $30 all.
Couple of forehand errors from Yzaga. Just a little tense, obviously. It's the first time he's ever been in a Grand Slam quarter-final. Not the case for his opponent.
$30-40.
So he's presenting Edberg here with an opportunity to get an early break.
Juice.
A whole different ball game, isn't it, playing this match with the roof closed to the conditions that both players have experienced in recent days on the centre court.
Fault. Advantage, Edberg. first game.
Well, a case there of giving a bit of assistance on the Yzaga. He lost his opening serve against Mats Wilander the other day, where he was just very nervous. And there committed a few unforced errors on his ground strokes. Of course, that's the strength of his game. So if he's missing the ground strokes, there's not going to be a lot of hope for him. But I think we'll see him settle down after a couple of games.
Edberg with the advantage of a game on the board, and his first serve to come.
Time.
I'd say good morning courtside to John Barrett.
Well, I had a chance to talk to Jaime Yzaga.
Seats quickly, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Just now.
Thank you.
And he was saying that he's instructed him, as the other day when he played Wilander, to go out and enjoy himself, but he doesn't think he
Edberg to
will
serve.
enjoy the sort of game that Edberg plays. He doesn't like a player bearing down on him in serve and volley style, which is the way Edberg plays. He prefers to construct rallies from the back of the court, as he did against Wilander.
Ball!
Fifteen love. Thirty love.
Out!
40 love. Game, Edberg. Edberg leads 2 games to love.
A very comfortable start for Edberg. A break of serve, then a love game. Getting on top quickly until his opponent settles down. Usually very reliable ground strokes from Yzaga.
Ah!
15 love. Thirty love.
That's the sort of point Yzaga likes to play. Baseline rally with him calling the shots.
Correction.
Yes, the
First
ball's
service.
Really good.
40 love. Jaime Yzaga. Edberg leads 2-1, first set.
Just a warning there for Stefan that from now on, when he comes to the net, those approach shots and the volleys will need to be pretty solid, because this player, once he does get his confidence, hits the backhand as well as you'd like to see it. Edberg with his fingers taped there, hands of his fingers. Players playing a lot of tennis, their fingertips, the skin splits and just causes a little bit of pain, so you often see the players with the tape there.
Time. Take your seats quickly, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Some big matches being played at the National Tennis Centre today, and not all on centre court because of the weather. The junior matches have been moved into the inside courts adjacent to the centre court here, and a lot of anxious parents and watching the champions of tomorrow, we hope. And here on court, the champion of today, Stefan Edberg, in a quarter-final against Jaime Yzaga.
First service. Love.
What exactly, Alan, is it that's different, or that you see as being different about Edberg's serve?
Well, he doesn't seem to be throwing the ball over his left shoulder quite as far as he used to, say, a year or 2 years ago.
All.
That one, for instance, was quite a straightforward ball toss.
He used to get a wicked kick, didn't he, on the serve?
Well, he still throws it a bit. Here's his service action. And that's ball toss. It's more out in front of him than we've seen in previous years. He still does throw it over to the left occasionally, but just not as marked. And the strength of Ysaga's game, beautiful backhand, quick footwork there to get into position.
All.
Just missed.
40-30. Game Edberg. Edberg leads 3-1.
Well, some good serving there from Edberg when he was down 15-30, but done with placement. Yzaga, as we see most of the players do, just selecting the newer of the two balls to serve with.
Love 15.
Be a demon to play on clay, wouldn't he, Yzaga?
It'd be very hard, very difficult.
I think Wally Mercer and the Australian boys learned that in that playoff match against Peru.
Yzaga, he's got a neat service action, but not being very tall, it's hard for him to really generate a lot of power. The actual swing itself is quite sound.
$15.30.
Oh, great rally. Great play.
30 all. Out. 40-30. Correction.
Well, overruled by Sultan Ganji. I thought it was a correct call, I've got to confess. But it's on the line right underneath the umpire's nose.
First service.
This is the one.
Definitely.
Well, yes, in replay, I agree. It was, the overrule was correct. Both players, they were on their way to the chair for the changeover.
Game Yzaga. Edberg leads 3 games to 2. First set.
Well, it was good for Jaime Yzaga that he did win the next point, the replay point, because had he got back to deuce, he probably would have been thinking that it should have been game. He'd already mentally known that he'd won the game and was starting to change ends, and to have to go back. Not an easy thing to do there, so fortunately for him, he was able to win the replay point and still just keep that deficit of 1 service break.
Time. Seats quickly, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Plaquet play continues day and night here at the National Tennis Centre men's quarterfinals, and tonight Guy Forget, the hard-serving French left-hander, against Boris Becker. 3-2. Stefan Edberg has the break, which he gained in the opening game of this first set.
Quiet,
Steve
please.
Krulowitz,
Thank you.
coach of Jaime Yzaga, former tour player.
15 love.
Oh!
15 all.
First double fault of the match.
Out!
30-15.
A couple of sharp ground strokes. You see on net cam how Edberg handles these with the low volleys. Just beautiful control of the racket head moving forward.
Out!
40-15.
Couldn't have been any deeper, the approach shot. It's a danger shot.
40-30.
And from the reverse angle, that's the shot that sets it up for Yzaga.
Game, Edberg. Edberg leads 4 games to 2.
Much more intent in that game, Alan, on getting to the net.
Yes, well, we've got a nice contrast here with the net game of Edberg. He knows that that's where he should win the match from. And then, of course, the lovely flowing ground strokes from Yzaga.
Love 15.
Because Edberg's other big advantage is that he can play both games. He can stay back or he can come in. Yzaga doesn't quite have the same facility when it comes to rushing the net.
Now, Edberg has been a finalist of the French Championship on clay.
Oh, lovely shot. Didn't have much end of the work with there.
15 all.
Yes, a nicely played point from both players. A late move to the net from Edberg makes the first volley. And then hitting down the line, a lot of topspin. Well, a classic example here on the low angle of how you manoeuvre your opponent out of position and then move in and angle away the volley. Edberg's absolute master at that.
Thirty all. 30-40. Game, Edberg. New balls, please. Edberg leads 5 games to 2, first set.
Well, Edberg catching Yzaga there with that approach shot. I think he was expecting him to go to the backhand. Yzaga had to prop, change direction, and then couldn't control the pass. He got into trouble that game at 30-all when he attempted to come in to the net himself and rushed, attempted low percentage passing shot. So Edberg's got the right tactics here, as we knew he would have. A change of shirt already after only 7 games. I hope he's got a large supply if he's going to change them every 7 games.
Time.
This lady will only need 3 shirts.
Bjorn Borg comeback, it says.
Seats quickly, please, ladies and gentlemen.
The original of the Swedish greats to return to the world circuit. An event much feared by veteran commentators. I say feared simply because they don't want to see Borg make a go of himself, for want of a better phrase.
$15 love. $30 love.
Just take the high part of the net. That's in.
30-15.
Edberg has a hard look at it, but it was in.
$30 all. $40-30. Juice.
Second double for Edberg, and the first time that he's been taken to deuce on serve.
Advantage Edberg.
Well, they put a bit more oomph into that first serve. 164 Ks from the reverse angle. Taking a bit of the spin off that one.
Second serve, set point.
Game and first set, Edberg 6-2.
In just 30 minutes exactly.
Second set. Yzaga to serve.
Set of tennis, Gary, is according to the script, I think. Yzaga trying to remain in the match and keep Edberg back from the net, but the Swedes serve volleying just too dominant at this stage.
Out!
15 love. Thirty love.
Still a problem for Edberg, that forehand. He's missed a few already in this match, and I think probably that's the other area that's been giving him some concern this tournament.
Forty love.
Got a bit of a shock there to see Yzaga at the net.
Out!
40-15. First game, second set, Edberg leads 1 set to love.
Second last ball from Yzaga, and that rally was dangerously close to being out. I don't know whether Edberg thought so or not, but the lines lady at the northern end was put her hands up to her face unsided. Edberg's reply clipped the tape and sat up well enough for to set up the point for Yzaga.
Time.
High up inside the roof of the National Tennis Centre, the roof remaining firmly shut despite improving weather conditions outside. It will stay closed probably for the entire day, I'd suspect now. And despite the awful weather earlier this morning,
Quiet, please.
it has delayed some people getting here, but it's not going to deter them coming altogether. They're still pouring in here. Great crowd. We'll have a full house before too much longer.
15 love. $30 love. $40 love.
So here's the problem for Yzaga as we watch the replay. How does he mount some attack against the serve volleying of Edberg?
Game, Edberg. One game all.
Well, he'll be hoping he misses a few first serves.
Yes, he doesn't want to play what's happening, which is one hit tennis on Edberg's serve, a serve and a volley, and the point's over.
Love 15. Love 30.
And irritated with himself for now 2 ground stroke errors, but he's really feeling the strain here against the world's #1. Constant pressure.
Well done.
15-30.
And showing us Edberg's end that Yzaga is a neat volleyer.
$15-14. Game, Edberg.
First break of this set, Edberg leads 2-1.
Edberg leads 2 games to 1, second set.
Frustrated Jaime Yzaga there, annoyed with himself. He's in all sorts of trouble if he loses the rally from the back of the court. And he's just worried about the restring perhaps. I noticed the last time the changeover he was sorting through his rackets, trying to see if he could find one that maybe is more to his liking or that suit the style of tennis that he's been forced to play here.
Time.
Well, it seems to me that Jaime Yzaga is very worried about the tension in his strings, probably because the temperature inside here is very, very much cooler now. The air conditioning is on. It's quite different from a daytime atmosphere, and it will affect the way the ball comes off the racket. So the tension in the strings is probably wrong. And he hasn't been able to have time to change it.
15 love.
Lovely low volley again, nice and deep, and quickly to read that smash. It's the key to the overhead is a quick move back, and you'll see already Edberg really dominating from the net, 8-1.
$30 love.
And just look at the service percentages, very much higher, points won when Edberg's got the first serve in than Yzaga. Again, as you'd expect, it's not the main part of his game. Jaime Yzaga.
$30-15. $40-15.
Already quite a few for Yzaga as he's attempting to keep the pressure on.
Game, Edberg. Edberg leads 3-1.
And the hard work starts all over again for Jaime Yzaga. Down a set and 1-3.
Out!
15 love. $30 love.
Well, Edberg thought he might sneak into the net after that shot, and it moved in, as you see there, 1.5 meters, but was clearly beaten by just the timing of that one from Yzaga.
Net!
First service. $40 love.
He registered his first ace.
Game, Yzaga.
3-2, Edberg.
Edberg leads 3-2.
Well, perhaps he's going to take the attack up to the world's #1. He was serve bowling on the last point as well. An ace on the previous one.
Well, if he's out here for a good time, he may as well.
Yeah, he's going to try something different, hasn't he?
The local Swedish tourists are in attendance, as always, whenever their compatriots play on centre court. Wouldn't be too big a Peruvian cheer squad here, I wouldn't have thought. players just out of the chairs and returning to the respective ends of the court. Edberg up a break here, leading 3 games to 2, second set.
La 15.
And from the reverse angle, Edberg not getting that serve to cut away.
Centro.
15 all. Thirty 15.
Edberg here just electing to let this deeper lob bounce and then just angles it to the forehand court.
Forty 15. Forty 30.
Well, let's watch on the reverse angle. The Edberg didn't prepare. I'm sure he thought that ball was going to hit the net.
Game Edberg. Edberg leads 4 games to 2. Love.
You can see Edberg still a bit concerned about his forehand, just rehearsing the shot again, a little shake of the head.
Out.
15 all.
Net. Go.
15-30.
Second double fault for Yzaga.
Net. Go.
Oh, what a shot. Great shot. The puck's been right. Yzaga beaten, another bit left the upper place.
15-40.
And an approach shot coming up here, and Edberg hooks this ball in. You'll see it starts out wide, just hooking in. Beautiful control.
30-40.
And just as
Game,
he did in the
Edberg.
first set, Edberg has the double break and leads 5 games to 2.
Edberg leads 5 games to 2, second set.
Well, a hint of frustration there on that last one from Jaime Yzaga, deciding to go for a cold winner. It's hardly the percentage play, but of course he's not too sure what to do now, and probably starting to doubt that he can do anything really. And the change of shirt.
Third shirt.
Time.
One more will see him out, I'd say, the way he's going. Stefan Edberg, just too many facets
Quiet, please.
to his game
Thank
for
you.
Jaime Yzaga at this stage. He's serving now for the second set.
Love 15.
Well, the drop volley's got to be perfect on rebound ace. And Edberg, this is the best that he's served, actually, I think, throughout the tournament. 88% first serves in and winning 79%.
15 all.
Very hard to do any better than that.
That's an unbeatable percentage.
Again, not at as hard as he can hit it, 155 Ks.
Net. 30-15.
Out!
30 all.
Go!
30-40.
And this very fluent backhand gives Jaime Yzaga a break opportunity.
First chance that he's had in the entire match.
Juice.
Well, he's cracked some great returns in this game.
Advantage Yzaga.
Well, again, from the low angle, you see that serve doesn't cut wide enough. Yzaga doesn't have to move at all. When you do serve to the forehand, you must get it to land short and sliding away. Yzaga well and top in the forehand winners department.
So another chance for the Peruvian player. Second serve from Edberg. Second break point.
Juice.
Second serve indeed, a quality second serve.
Advantage Yzaga.
Third double fault. Third breakback point.
Game Yzaga. New ball. Edberg leads 5 games to 3.
Well, we just had the stat up on the quality of Edberg serving, and that's for the first time it's faltered. And Yzaga was able to take advantage of that with some flashing returns. Second set there, you see, just dropped a little, still very good. Not quite as high. Yzaga's are presentable. You see Edberg's have picked up from that first set.
Love 15. All. Out. 30-15. Out. 40-15.
A few errors creeping into Edberg's game at this critical stage of the second set.
Out.
40-30. Juice. Advantage Edberg.
And set point for Edberg.
Juice.
Rubbish. Edberg's own word. These two have never played before today. But one thing they do have in common is that they both won the French Junior Championship. Edberg in 1983 when he won the Junior Grand Slam. Yzaga in 85.
Advantage Edberg.
Two sets to love Edberg.
Game and second set, Edberg 6 games to 3. Edberg leads 2 sets to love.
Yzaga just really gripped the racket there. He had an opportunity. Played a fine game to break. Really needed to hold serve there, just to put a little bit of pressure on, even though Edberg would have been serving in the set again, but had some game points, a little bit loose. Hasn't hit the ground strokes as well as he can, just simply because he's rushed a bit more than he was against Mats Wilander. Not allowed to get the timing and the rhythm into the shots.
Time.
Yzaga with a huge task in front of him.
Take your seats quickly, please, ladies and gentlemen. Third set.
2 sets to love. The second set taking 32 minutes. The first set took 30.
Edberg to serve. Quiet, please. Thank you. $15 love. First service. All. Ladies and gentlemen,
The reverse
please,
angle
no
forced to
flashlight
have to play a
photography.
half volley there,
Thank
but the
you.
Peruvian's quick.
Out. 30-15. $40-15. Game Edberg.
Edberg looking the goods. One game to love, third set.
First game, third set. Edberg leads 2 sets to love.
That game held on serve by Edberg, breaks 3 games against the server. Bit of abnormality there towards the end of the second set. I think Edberg would be very pleased with the way things are going. He would have always expected to win the match, but against a quality ground stroker, I don't think would panic if he lost the odd service game here or there.
Talking about abnormality, I wonder if organisers know that the stadium roof just outside our commentary box was leaking like a sieve.
Yes, it's caused a few people to move.
Actually, I think I don't know whether it's just condensation, maybe from air conditioning because the roof is closed.
Time.
Stefan Edberg at the bottom of the screen. Number 1 seed, number 1 in the world.
Love.
Key game this one for Jaime as we see his career prize money. That's not too bad, nearly $700,000, but he's lost his last 2 service games. This is a must game for him.
All.
Of course, one of the hardest things for the lesser ranked players like Jaime Yzaga, who's ranked 86. This is his best Grand Slam showing. He's through the quarterfinals. As we see Edberg nearly up to 9 million. For Yzaga, the thought is going through his mind, well, he's done better than ever before. He's got to the quarters and probably wasn't expecting to beat Edberg anyway.
Well, 30-15.
Tony Pickard, Edberg's long-time coach, and Edberg's girlfriend, Nat Olsen. So good disguise on that topspin lob. Forehand put away there, a formality.
Game Yzaga.
Comfortable service games by each of them to open this
1 game all.
This third set. But if it follows the earlier pattern, it'll only be a game or 2 before Edberg applies the pressure.
Steve Krulowitz, coach Yzaga.
15 love.
Wide, according to Yzaga.
I can't see that. I can't see that clearly.
On the reverse angle, Sultan Ganji said it's too far away for him to overrule.
Can't overrule unless he sees a clear mistake.
$30 love.
154 Ks, 3/4 pace spinning serve, that one.
Quiet, please. Thank you. $40 love.
And you can see by that Edberg is really putting the pressure on, really forcing Yzaga.
Game, Edberg.
Love game. 2-1 third set.
Edberg leads 2 games to 1.
Need to give the central umpire a throaty. Coughing a fair bit there. In fact, he's called for a drink. Sultan Ganji.
To the relief of all.
Time.
Waiting. That persistent cough you've been hearing the last couple of games is the umpire, Sultan Ganji. That's better.
$15 love. $15 all.
Paid the penalty for dropping that second service a bit short.
$30-15. 30 all. Thirty, 40.
Don't have to give Edberg too many invitations. Enforced errors mounting, but a considerable number for Edberg as well.
A lot of those would be off the forehand, I think.
Jaime Edberg.
One chance will do it.
Edberg leads 3 games to 1.
So an early service break in each set. That's all that's been required for the #1 seed.
Fifteen love.
And having broken early now in this 3rd set, I think we would expect him to complete this quarterfinal victory. Every now and then, though, he's given a sharp reminder of the talent in those ground strokes of Yzaga.
Out.
30-15.
Oh, just watch how close Edberg got to the net for that volley, and then a quick turn and back for the smash. (13-2).
Out.
Game Edberg.
4-1 for the #1 seed, cruising through in this quarterfinal.
Edberg leads 4 games to 1. 3rd set.
Movement in the crowd here as they sense that this match is drawing to an inevitable conclusion. Yzaga, though, still re-gripping the racket. Anxious to see if he can't mount some last-ditch defence. Just being outgunned at the moment, though.
Time.
Test.
And the good news is the play is underway on the outside court.
Test.
Yesterday's hero, Jana Novotná and Gigi Fernandez, leading Appelmans and Reggie 3-2 on serve in the 1st set.
Test.
Thank you.
So Yzaga looking down the barrel now, 1-4.
Net.
First service. Fifteen love. $30 love.
a smooth forehand here by Yzaga. Early preparation and meeting the ball in front.
Love. Jaime Yzaga.
Comfortable going for Jaime Yzaga.
Edberg leads 4 games to 2.
But that's not the problem. The problem is trying to mount any kind of assault on the Edberg service game, which he's only been able to do once in the match. But that was more through the errors of Edberg himself.
Love 15.
It's the 4th one for Edberg.
Love 30.
Lovely low return, which is picked up by Edberg, but can't cover the ground to capture that superb pass.
Love 40.
Return at the feet. Edberg can only half volley up. Yzaga showing that he can pass just as well cross-court as down the line. And he's hit 11 backhand winners to only one of Edberg.
Well,
15-40.
must have looked as big as a house brick, that ball.
Well, he did everything just right in this rally, moving the ball around beautifully with his backhand, followed it, he's got the easy shot and just cut it too fine. It was just too easy a shot, really. Still got 2 chances to break the Edberg serve.
$30-40. Juice.
It was a bigger serve than most he's produced in the match, Edberg.
163, and as you said, got the ability of Edberg to serve well when he needs it. Done it right throughout his great career.
Advantage Edberg.
So that missed easy volley at love 40s. Looking rather critical for Yzaga as we watch the service action. 167, so cranking it up the last couple.
Game Edberg.
Saving 3 break points. Edberg leads 5-2.
Edberg leads 5 games to 2.
It would have been
That's
probably
it.
the easiest shot that he's had in the match. Yzaga set it up beautifully. He was on top of the net. Didn't have to skim the net with the volley at all. It's a matter of just clearing the net, and there's no chance of an Edberg recovery, and he would have had a break back. Once he missed that shot, you got the feeling that Edberg would be able to maybe pull back to Jersey. Having done that, he would hold serve.
Where matches are won and lost.
Time.
Guess who she barracks for? Guess who they barrack for?
They've been fairly quiet today, Gary, because their hero's doing it pretty comfortably.
Quiet, please. Thank you.
Jaime Yzaga serving for survival.
Love 15.
Oh, that's
Love 30. Love 40.
I would say this is just about the ball game for Jaime Yzaga.
Thank you. Game, set, and match. Edberg. Edberg wins by 3 sets to love. 6-2, 6-3, 6-2.
Third set taking just 27 minutes, total match time 1 hour 29, and what on paper has been a routine quarter-final victory for the #1 seed Stefan Edberg for Jaime Yzaga. But I still think Edberg is going to have to lift his service game, particularly, Alan, depending on who he meets in the next round, the quarter semi-finals.
Yes, well, I thought today that was probably the best that he served in the tournament to date. Only loses serve once as he waves to his supporters. Yzaga unable to put any pressure on him, really, just his serve, his own serve, not strong enough. And Edberg is really one of the great serve bowlers in the modern game, and very hard to keep him back from the net. I think he'd be pretty pleased with the ease at which he's won that match, and probably for him it's a problem for
6-2, 6-3, 6-2, Edberg the winner.
Looks routine, doesn't it? 6-2, 6-3, 6-2. The number 1 seed, Stefan Edberg, over Jaime Yzaga of Peru. And of course, Edberg, the number 1 seed, at the top of the draw now, moving through to the semi-finals of the 1991 Australian Open Championship, and his opponent there will be determined by our next match up on centre court between Ivan Lendl and Goran Pripic. Well, the statistics, I think, will show it was fairly routine for Edberg as well, Alan.
Well, it was, and I think they'll show some improved serving today for Stefan Edberg, which he'll need to do to go on and win the title. And you see there more serves in, only just, but winning a lot more when he got the first serve in. The backhand winners and ground stroke winners were, as we expected, in Yzaga's favour, and also, as we expected, points won at the net much more in Edberg's favour, because that's where he dominated the match. The unforced errors, Yzaga trying to do too much with his ground strokes, and of course with Edberg attacking the net, he forced Yzaga into many more errors.
The Ford Australian Open, proudly brought to you by Sharp, Fuji, Nilex, Sorbent and Kellogg Sustain.
Of course, ladies singles quarterfinals were played here yesterday, and as you all know by now, Steffi Graf was beaten by Jana Novotná, and the final of the quarterfinals berths for ladies was decided in our coverage here last night, the match between Gabriela Sabatini and Arantxa Sanchez. We also had a great men's doubles match here last night. Those two matches provide the basis for today's Ford Hot Shots.
Ford Hot Shots.
Sabatini serving, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario running hot. Tremendous touch she showed in this match.
Game, Sanchez Vicario to get to the semi-finals.
Sanchez again outplaying Sabatini even with topspin.
Oh, superb shot.
Flashes of brilliance from Sabatini, but only flashes, not enough. Men's doubles quarterfinal, Wally Mercer, Jason Stoltenberg against the Woodsman, Todd Woodbridge and Mark Woodford. Forehand volley there from Stoltenberg, great shot, and this one from Wally Mercer, cross court. But the pair in the final analysis outgunned by the Woodies. Todd Woodbridge in particular, phenomenal in this match. Here's another reflex volley from him.
Ford Hot Shots.
So the second of the men's singles quarterfinals to come now on centre court. We'll be back for the start of that in just a moment between Ivan Lendl and Goran Pripic. Well, Steffi Graf came out here in the women's quarterfinals yesterday as a three-time winner of the championship and got the shove from Jana Novotná. Well, Ivan Lendl is about to take the court, a two-time winner here, and he's up against a very tough, underestimated opponent in Goran Pripyc. Let's take a look at how this pair got to the quarterfinals of the championship. Ivan Lendl, first of all, defending champion, opened up against Tarek Benabiles of France in 3 sets, then Scott Davis of the United States also in 3. We saw him in very ill-tempered against Magnus Gustafsson. He was taken to 4 sets there before finally.
Those 2 recent interceptions, most valuable. Fish